Hi, everybody. This is Lori Duthie, and I'm your host for the Art of Awareness. And today I'm super excited to host our guest, Connie Lettinga, who is the founder of Coral Reef, a new development happening in Wyoming for adults with disabilities and independent living. I'm going to let Connie tell us a little bit more about this. She's also a longtime advocate and philanthropist in Grand Rapids, particularly focusing on healthcare and autism. And with that, Connie, thank you so much for coming today.
Thank you for having me.
I feel like it's one of the first spring days. Like we might have a hope of no blizzards.
I saw some bulbs coming up, some tulips and some daffodils.
I got a couple crocuses, but they're like, or croci. They're like little,
Thinking
maybe
about it.
dime size. Yeah. So thank you for joining us today. Can you tell me a little bit about your background and how Coral Reef came to be?
Sure. My background is I did not go to school for this at all. I went to school to work at a law firm, so I worked at Barnum Rittering for years. Mm-hmm. And then I met my husband, and he was diabetic since he'd been 3, so he asked me to marry him, and I wasn't real sure about that. As most of us are about the whole thing.
The whole marriage
thing
is a bit much.
So I had some doctors telling me, well, he's not going to live to be an old man. They didn't think he was going to see 30. Well, I thought I would rather have a few good years with somebody that I love than have none at all.
Like that is magical. Yeah.
And so he lived to be 44. We had twin girls. And then when they were 2, Coral was starting to act a little bit different than her sister, Crystal. And I just went to the pediatrician and talked about it a little bit. And they said, oh, Crystal's kind of taking the lead between the 2 twins. She's doing all the talking. She's doing things for Coral. Well, it didn't really sit well with me because I had them to compare.
As much as it happens in twins, you were mom's instincts.
Mom's, no. So we lived out in Berry County at the time, and I decided I need to move back to Kent County to live closer to my mom and dad, have a little hands-on help there. And I took her till she was 4.5 for somebody to tell me that she was autistic. She went to Ken O'Shea specialist. They didn't want to tell me because there really wasn't any options for help.
Yeah.
25 years ago, there was nothing. There wasn't any therapies. There wasn't anywhere to go get help.
Do you think it would have been identified earlier nowadays?
Yes.
Okay.
I think now you could get somebody into therapy at like 18 months old, 2 years.
Yeah.
And it could have been diagnosed and brought to my attention earlier and got her some help right away. So then we did those wonderful years of elementary school and all the IEPs and still needing to get help. Still really wasn't any in the school districts. I happened to be on the board of Hope Network at the time, and my husband, I said to him, why don't we start our own autism center? He's like, you're crazy.
Guess what?
Yeah, let's try it.
All moms are crazy.
We're
it's
crazy.
like the mom gene.
And I brought it to the CEO of Hope Network at the time. And he's like, wow, this is incredible. Let's do it. And so we built 2 centers for autism at Hope Network. Coral outaged the therapy before she was even able to utilize it. So once again, Coral went without any therapy.
Can I dial it back? Because
Sure.
I'm not sure I understand what Hope Network is and what they do, the whole scope of Hope Network.
That's
like I see it around town.
$1 million question. They do a lot. First, you're going to see the transportation buses. Mm-hmm. And so people automatically just assume we're transportation. We have prisoner reform. Yep. We have tons of homes for adults to live in all over Michigan. I can't even think of all the different therapies right on the top of my head. So, but autism is the one, neuro rehab.
Yep.
Big into neuro rehab. That's where they started. My father-in-law was one of the founders of Hope Network.
Okay.
He and another gentleman's son was in a car accident, and they couldn't find anywhere for him to go to get help. And so that's when neuro rehab was started at Hope Network. And then
That's
it's just
great.
expanded from there.
So then you bring autism into Hope Network.
Correct. So we did that. Still just living our lives, whatever.
While just being mom
Just
to
being
twins.
mom and living our lives, trying to
know,
keep
no big
everybody
deal.
happy.
I hear twins and like my whole body like quivers. And then I'm like, oh my gosh. And then caring for your twins who are
it's
hugely
crazy.
different in their abilities and
Totally
their
different.
particular needs.
And then on a Sunday morning, Crystal walked into the kitchen and hollers at me and is like, Mom, I think Dad is dead. And what do you mean? So
Yeah.
I went and looked. Yes, he is. I said, go in my bedroom and call your grandpa and grandma and have them get over here. And then I called 911.
Oh my God.
And he had bled out from bleeding ulcers on the kitchen floor from years of being diabetic.
And your daughter's 12 years old.
My daughters are 12 at the
Had
time.
you walked them through this scenario, or was it one of those like it might happen, but it came on a
She
flu?
saw so many of his reactions, his diabetic reactions, so she knew he was sick.
Yeah.
But we didn't know he had these bleeding ulcers. So that was a complete surprise.
I'm so sorry.
Thank you. Yeah.
That's, I mean, not just for you, but then trying to be both parent and spouse.
Navigating through that was insane.
Yeah. I mean, how did you cope? Because that's
I just
so,
really dug into being mom
yeah.
and make sure my girls were okay. And I had a great family, great friends,
Yeah.
animals. Animals are huge in my life.
Yeah.
And they're just so, feelings. And they don't want anything besides just your love.
This is true. This
So-
is true.
That's how, so that was when they were 12. Crystal actually went to fair with her horse that day.
Wow.
And she wrote her dad's eulogy at the fairgrounds and got ready for his funeral in a stall.
Really?
Yeah.
Was your whole family into horses?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, my mom grew up on a farm out in the middle of Iowa, so
Okay.
that was her life. She had to live it to get to
Yeah.
school, to ride a horse.
And in your daughter's case, I think there's something healing about that.
Totally.
There's
for
been
both of them.
so much that's been done on horses, emotion, the human connection. Is that part of your connection,
I think
your
so.
family's connection with horses?
Yeah, I think they just feel it. They can
Yeah.
feel your heartbeat. They can calm you down.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's just kind of, any animal really, but horses and dogs have got to be my favorite.
Horses have those eyes.
I know,
And
those
those
big
eyelashes. Yeah.
So yeah, she still took off and went to fair. She's one strong young woman.
So Crystal just kind of like powers forward. You're powering forward in mom mode.
In mom mode. And there's Coral.
And Coral's situation is
She is autistic. She's nonverbal, but she comprehends and understands everything. She just can't get it back out. And I have to remind people, don't talk about her in front of her.
right.
She understands. That's just, you don't want to do that to anybody.
No.
So she's great. She can be home by herself for periods of time. I've set my house up. I call it, I coralized my house. So she can't get at anything. that's
Maybe
gonna hurt
this
her.
is where Coral Reef starts
Exactly.
to come from, is you
Exact-
coralized your house.
I coralized my house.
What does that mean? Like, what are
I
not
tried
having
to-
a child on the spectrum and with those
She
needs?
eloped.
Yep.
The police had picked her up on Kent Trails naked once. That was a fun phone call to try and explain to them to please not call Child Protective Services.
Yep.
She eloped. I was getting the bathtub ready, and the garage door went up, and she was gone.
She went.
So, like, special locks on all of my doors. I've got keypads on all of my doors. She's flooded the bathroom so many times that it caved into the basement. We had to redo the house. So I've got on and off switches in certain places that I can just shut the whole water systems off.
Yeah.
So everything, like my microwave has locks, my stove has locks.
Yeah.
I tried to outthink everything before it can happen.
Yeah, it's interesting because you want your kid to feel safe and be developing new skills,
But that safety.
but also that safety factor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't want her to be independent.
Yep.
But then after Mike died, it really threw me into a lot of my own financial planning and thinking about my future and my kids' futures. And I did not want Crystal to feel like she had to take care of her sister. She would. She'd step up and do it in a minute, but she needs to have her own life too.
Yeah.
And I know she would do whatever I ask her to do, but then I started looking at places for Coral. And not that I'm saying I just wanted another option for her.
Yeah.
There's beautiful homes out there. There's a lot of people that do it really good, but I've never seen a place that Coral can have her own independent apartment
Yeah.
and still be part of a community. She needs to have her own bedroom. She needs to have her own bathroom, her own closet, her own stuff,
Her own space.
her own space. She
Yeah.
doesn't need to go and sit into a living room with strangers that she doesn't know. She needs to be able to get away. Doesn't need to share a bathroom. I mean, all of those safety factors as a mom kind of get you too a little bit.
Yeah.
You don't know who's coming and going and
Yeah.
just little things like that. And it's great. People do great in those situations, but personally, I wanted to see something different for my own daughter. And that's how Coral Reef came in. I was going to build a duplex for her on one side and another family on the other.
Yep.
Well, then I had so many people saying there's such a need for
There's
this.
such a need. Yeah, like my child. And I have friends who have children on various spectrums with different special needs. And that's always the concern is what happens when I'm no longer able to care for them. And they all have siblings who are going on in different directions in their lives. So Coral Reef.
Coral Reef.
I'm like Coral's Reef because it is kind of corals.
It is.
But it's Coral
corals,
Reef
but
because
coral,
it's for everyone.
It's for everyone.
Tell me a bit about the research you did. Like, where did you go to kind of like get the inspiration and the ideas for what this could be that doesn't exist in the West Michigan market?
I looked in a lot of different places around here and just wasn't feeling what I was looking for. So I took my search across the country and I ended up in Treasure House in Arizona. Kurt Warner is a football player.
Okay.
And he had a son that was dropped on his head as an infant. And now he's 35 years old, needed somewhere to live.
Yep.
And so him and his wife kind of thought the same things I was thinking.
Yeah.
So jumped
And
on
what
a
were
plane.
those things? Like what?
We want them to have a community and stretch their abilities, get a job if you
Right.
do as much independent as possible and feel like you still have your own little space
And have your people around you.
your people around you.
Like I always say, like as a parent, like your biggest dream is for like your child to find their people.
Yep.
Whoever their people may be. Once they find that,
Life is good.
life is good.
And then she'll be able to live there until she needs to go into a nursing home like you and I would need to. So, and it will be not a licensed facility. And
Okay.
So
what does that mean?
we won't be able to like dispense medicines or things like that. But we are already looking at technology to put into these apartments so it reminds you to take your medicine or dispenses it out. I mean, I'm just using small examples of the technology that we're finding to help work.
So there's a light on the door, like before you leave, did you take your meds this morning? Or
it'll pop up in your phone and say, hey, so-and-so didn't take her meds. Can you double check and give her a call? Or
so there's people to check in, make sure everything's okay.
There'll be 24-hour staff and life coaches. And we're looking for some partners in the community because why fix something that's not broke around here?
Right.
And we've got so many amazing organizations here in West Michigan. Why don't we just build upon those and utilize them? We're just down the road from the Special Olympics building, on the bus route.
Yep.
And the Veterans Facility is right down the road, across the street from U of M Hospital. The YMCA is right there. Frog
I mean,
Hollow
that
Creek
whole
Park.
little part of Wyoming is such a little circle.
A little village right there.
It is. It's amenities. It's everything within
Lots
access.
of places
and
to get jobs. Farmers market once a week.
Myers.
Myers. Gotta love Meyer.
Gotta love Myers. Myers is a great employer
Oh, yeah.
of people with disabilities.
Jersey Mike's is a great employer. They're right
Yes.
there. All of that right
so lots
there.
of options. And I love the idea of a community where people can socialize and
You don't have to either
are
if you don't want
protected
to.
too.
And protected.
Yes.
That's my biggest thing is safety is paramount.
Yeah. Now, can Coral have her friends she's made other places
She can.
in
Yep,
to
it'll be-
visit?
They're going to have to do a nice little background check before they can get in that door.
Spoken like a true mama.
mom,
I'm
gotta-
like, honestly, my child's pretty able-bodied, but there's a background check.
Well, let me tell you, I sent a background check on one of the guys Crystal was dating. So
Seriously, like nothing to the boys of East Grand Rapids, but Mrs. Secchia may have done that.
yep, I did it. I got on a plane so fast and pulled her out of there.
Oh my God, you did not.
Oh yeah, I did.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Oh, you take mommying to whole new levels. So talk to me about parenting, because I know like one of the things I feel as a parent, when you raise a child, you want them to be able to advocate for themselves, find their own voice, because I felt safe. Like we raised Stella in China for the first 5 years. So I always knew she was in a different culture, but it was a culture I knew.
Right.
And she spoke the language at the time, but I wanted her to always have a very strong voice
Right.
of what she needed. How do you do that, though?
I have to really do it to my best ability for Coral.
Right. When someone is not verbal.
You know how when your baby is a little tyke and you can just look at them and you know what they want and what they need, and you understand by the situation, and maybe it's a mother's instinct. You can feel it.
Yeah.
And so like Coral now, if she needs something, she can physically go do whatever she needs to do.
Okay.
So I don't really have to do her daily needs like that anymore, but I have to outthink all the problems that could arise, especially if I'm not around.
Right.
Like her financial future. When you're special needs or have a disability and you're on Medicaid, all those laws and all that changes. You're not allowed to have money. You're not allowed to do this, not allowed to do that.
Yep.
I had to go to a financial planner, and we had to go through all of this very carefully.
To figure out, and I have met people who are on disability who say, I can only work this many hours. I can only have an income of a certain level, or else I will lose.
Trust, or we lose anything. So we had to set everything up differently. And each year, she's 27 years old. I just filled out the paperwork again yesterday. I have to go back to court next month to prove that I'm still a good guardian, good mother. I mean, that gets a little old every year. And it costs money.
Really?
have
So
to
you
get
have
an
to pay
attorney every
attorney fees to go and say you're a good guardian while building
Correct.
a complex
Correct.
and founding a complex for multiple children, multiple adult children,
yeah.
let's say. Okay.
I mean, it's just insane, those hoops that you have to jump through. And then in my situation, and like something happens to me, I have to have Crystal on standby and backup.
Right.
And so Crystal's already got the paperwork all done for her. So if something happens to me, she can just jump right in and be that person.
I guess, and I don't by any means want to demean your situation or say it's less than. What happens, though, if someone does not have the money to pay for these court fees, the wherewithal, and just sheer time it takes?
exhausting.
Like, what do other parents of adult disabled children do? Like, are there resources out there?
You can always start with the school systems. The school systems
Okay.
are pretty good about pointing you in the correct directions.
Yep.
They do have a lot of attorneys that will work pro bono for situations like this. If it's not a difficult situation, they can do that quite easily. But once you start talking any forms of resources, then it gets complicated. If you don't have money, it's almost easier because then you just go into that square peg or whatever. And so it's very confusing when you're thrown right into it.
Yeah.
And fortunately, I mean, I did have resources, as in I already had an attorney, and I kind of knew who to call. I was involved with Hope Network already, so I had voices I could.
Now, does Hope Network offer services for anyone in a similar situation?
They do.
Okay. So if someone has a child who is nonverbal, autistic, and just starting to cope and think about these things, okay.
They do. So the Center for Autism does have services, ABA, speech therapy, occupational therapy, all in one spot. So the parents don't have to go to all these different locations.
I love that.
Yes.
And I also really like to give my producer, Christy, some notes. Christy, can you make sure? Christy, I would love if you make sure we make a note about Hope Network so everyone can link to it.
Oh, darling, I'm ahead of you.
Oh my God, she's so fabulous.
So they have a 9-bed unit also for like the worst case scenario.
Right.
The state ward kids that have absolutely nowhere to go and they just really are urgent care. So they do have a 9-bed ward for that too.
Okay.
And so, no, I mean, you hope you never need it, but it's nice to know it's there.
It's
I'd
nice
rather
to
be a
know
part
it's
of
there.
the solution than the problem.
Yeah.
So let's get this stuff ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very hard to think ahead for your kid. And it's like, and then I'm thinking, all right, something happens to
You
me.
think ahead for yourself, you think ahead, and then you're like, oh, wait, but now I need to think ahead for my kid as well. And
And then Crystal is dating. Oh, wait, she's actually engaged. She's getting married in October. I know,
congratulations,
sad about that.
Crystal.
I
Shout
know.
out. We're going to put together lots of candles in your mom's basement, and we're going to like
my
tie
gosh.
little pretty bows, and we're going to like add little flowers. There's so much we can do. I love weddings.
Good. Next time, you guys all in my basement.
I love to plan a good wedding.
And he was so cute. He said to me a couple of weeks ago, I do realize that if something happens to you and something happens to Crystal, I'm the one that's going to be taking care of Coral. And I'm like, wow, that's huge. I didn't even break it down that
That's
far.
a really mature young man.
Yeah.
That's a really mature old man.
Yeah.
Let's
mean-
be honest. Like, that is incredible.
So it just makes me as a mom feel so much better knowing she's got people.
I also think it's a testament to you.
Oh, thank you.
I mean, just welcoming people into the family and creating a sense of family that is that broad. That's when people open up, is when you open up. Yeah.
So I'm starting to put my pieces in order, and that's just really hard for families to do.
It is. It's really hard.
So Mike has been gone 15 years now, and I'm still feeling like I'm still just putting pieces together.
Yeah. I think I meet so many young people, and it's like, they're like, oh, my life's all over here and here. And I'm always like, I wish I could tell you, like, you get to our age and we're like, yeah, we got this.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, we do not. Like, it is, things come at you in waves, and you take that between the sets of waves. If you don't enjoy it, it's just going to come back again. So make sure you enjoy the calm when you got it.
Even just a day.
Oh my gosh, a day. Just a day.
Just a day.
So, speaking of waves, Connie, I do a bit of research on all of my guests on this podcast, and I do believe you were a jet ski model. Is this true? And tell me the story.
Well, yes. In the 1980s, I raced jet skis on a Great Lakes tour.
Okay.
And I had no responsibilities. It was great. Just get in my car and go and
Yeah.
make sure you're back to work on Monday.
Did you have to tow your own
yeah.
jet skis, or did they have like special model
I
jet
had-
skis?
The Bronco that O.J. Simpson had.
Oh, yeah, the white Bronco.
The white
For those of
Bronco.
you who do not know, look up O.J. Simpson, L.A. white Bronco.
Had my jet
Legendary.
skis on the back. I was dating a guy that modified them and got them all super fast for me.
You had souped up
Hot
jet
pink
skis.
wetsuit, white helmet, a big blonde hair.
Oh my gosh.
I'll have to see if I can find. We didn't have real cameras.
Oh, we
just-
will find those because you know what Christy loves is lists
Big.
of things to do from Lori. Oh, we've got to find
I
pictures
know.
of this.
I still have some of those great big.
Was it
trophies.
Kawasaki?
Oh yeah, Kawasaki 550 modified.
Wow.
It was fun.
I have no clue what
They were
that
the-
means,
oh,
by the way.
They were the stand-up
I was like,
ones. No,
good jet ski,
sitting
bad
down.
jet ski.
So,
But
yeah.
was it the old school ones where the like?
Oh yeah, you
the
didn't sit
console-
down. They're-
And you had a pink wetsuit.
I did. It was hot pink. I looked like.
Oh my gosh. I so want these pictures. I'm so jealous.
So I did, and then I was doing horses at the same time. I was the last Wyoming
you were.
rodeo queen.
You were the rodeo queen of Wyoming? I almost wore my cowboy boots today. I'm so regretting I didn't.
My claim to fame, right there.
So let's talk a little bit about your rodeo career. I
didn't last
love
long.
this. Okay, but what did you do in rodeo? Did you have a specialty?
Well,
did
yeah,
you have
when the
like
cowboys fell off, I went and picked them up.
Oh, so you weren't actually on a horse?
Oh, I was on a horse picking them up. I'd run out there. I
Would
wasn't
you
picking
grab
them up.
What? Would you grab them by the
they'd jump
belts
on
and
the
just
back
throw
of-
them on your horse?
I would run out there and they'd just jump on.
Mm.
And I took them to a bar with their
Fallen cowboys.
spurs on. And they checked
You
in
had
their
pink
hats.
spurs on?
Yeah, and they did too because they were real cowboys.
Theirs weren't pink, though.
No, there's.
I feel like
pink.
it's very
I had
gendered in
a
rodeo.
flashy silver shirt for that. With a
Oh my
crown
God,
on my
more
cowboy hat.
pictures needed. Can we please have the history of Connie Lettinga on jet skis and horses with pink spurs and pink wetsuits? Oh my gosh, you're like everybody's
Crazy.
Barbie.
Right.
You're like Mom Barbie, you are Rodeo Barbie, and you're jet ski Barbie.
I don't know
love
how I got
this.
into that. Well, I do. It was a boy.
Yeah.
You know, darn boys, because it get you. I did
Yeah.
not marry that one either.
I just dragged my boy around the world till we came back to
That's
Grand Rapids.
nice.
Yeah.
That's really sweet.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's my life in a nutshell, basically.
I love this so much. I cannot be more
you.
grateful.
Well, thank
For
you.
you
This is-
sharing
Thanks for
and-
having me.
I think your story as a mom is so powerful. And I'm still kind of like, we've covered a lot of ground and we've talked about a lot. But at the same time, I think back to the moment when you lost your husband and you had 12-year-old girls and the bravery that must have taken,
You
as
know
well
what?
as a toll.
Oh, it was. And I remember just sitting outside and watching the cars go zipping across the street, and
Yeah.
my world stopped. And everybody else's world kept going. I'm like, don't you guys understand what I am going through?
Yeah.
No. I mean, maybe everybody just grieves differently. And I mean, the person going down the road didn't know I just lost my husband and kids.
Yeah.
And, but yeah, it's like that took the toll on me. It was the world didn't stop. My world stopped, but the world didn't stop.
Yeah.
I had to figure out how to live, and I had to live for my kids. I had to give them a life.
And I'm kind of guessing, like most moms, you probably did that before you went through your own process.
Oh yeah,
And
I had to make
grief
sure
is
they were okay.
nasty. I feel very understudied in grief, but it's such a flow of things.
A year later, I lost my mom to cancer. And so in a year's time, we had a lot. And she was my right hand, too. So it was kind of a couple decades there were kind of tough.
Yeah. I would make a wave analogy, but then we'd go back to jet skis.
we won't go back
and
to that
that's
again.
a little inappropriate when talking about grief.
Yeah.
All right.
No. Yeah. I mean, we can all grieve over
Yeah.
different things, but that was the hardest part for me, was just sitting there watching the world go by,
Yeah.
and my world stopped. And that was when it really hit me.
Yeah.
And I didn't have a chance.
What do you wish you could tell yourself at that time? Like, what is there advice, or is there, like, looking at you today? Because I would imagine there were points where it felt hopeless.
Oh, yeah. I first as a mom made sure that my girls were okay. I maybe should have taken some time for me. I didn't.
Yeah.
But I pushed through it all like us strong women do. We just keep going.
Yeah.
So I think that I wish I would have taken a little more time for me. I'm not good at asking anybody for help.
Yeah.
That's just not something that's comfortable for me.
So with what you've been through and everything, what I'm hearing is you had to really put yourself aside.
Mm-hmm.
You got through it.
I did.
What do you now do that's sort of focused on you and like reclaiming you?
Well, a friend of mine brought me to pickleball on Friday mornings. We're called Team Uh-Oh because when we miss it, we say, uh-oh. And
Does that mean you miss it a lot?
once in a while.
Oh, okay.
We
But
don't
when you
always
do,
say
it's an
uh-oh.
uh-oh.
Or something
Yeah.
worse, but we'll go with uh-oh. And so that's been really great to get networking with some women on every Friday morning. Got a really nice group of women that just support each other.
Yeah.
And it doesn't have to be sitting down having coffee talking about our problems. It can just be supportive playing pickleball. Or I do play on a league on Tuesday nights now too. And I love to garden, love to play outside. So now that
I love gardening. And we're just about there in Michigan. All the people watching outside of Michigan, be glad you're not in Michigan because we're going in April, but I feel like it's Mother's Day when we're solid.
it's been a long winter.
It's been a long, long winter.
that is
metaphorically and literally.
That's another thing. It's like I do get a little jealous when people are taking these gorgeous vacations and Coral won't fly.
Oh,
I wouldn't even dare to try and put her in. She won't go into an elevator, let alone an airplane. So
Right.
I can't imagine trying to get her on a vacation. So I do get a little jealous of when families are taking these lovely vacations and doing all this and that. So I guess
Yeah.
I have to look back and be thankful that I've got my friends and fellowship outside of that. But I do. Yeah. I still get a little envious here and there.
are you able to go on holidays for yourself?
I went to D.C. a couple of weeks ago for a grant. We'll call that a holiday.
You went for a grand project. I love DC, but yeah, that doesn't sound like.
I was gone for 36 hours.
Oh, Connie.
So that's a holiday. So, yeah, things like that.
But I like the idea of making sure you have the network.
Right. I've got great friends and family, so. But I think people need to learn to say, okay, you can help me, because I'm so bad at that.
Asking for help is so hard, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
I was just thinking about that, and I'm dealing with a couple of family members who I want to help and won't let me necessarily help or feel so over gracious about my help. But I was the worst cancer patient ever. I was mean as hell because I didn't want anyone's help.
Yeah, it's hard.
So,
It's hard to
yeah.
ask for help. And when the girls were smaller, I did ask for help shuffling them around.
Yeah.
Because just couldn't get them everywhere they needed to be. So I did ask for help there, but that's about it.
Yeah.
Wasn't very good at that. So I'm trying to do that a little bit more. But
I'm trying to do that and acknowledge it.
right.
My mother went to Florida for a week, and I think her family near fell apart. Shout out. So my mom, Patty, we call her Abu, which is Shanghaiese for grandma. Abu was gone. Everything fell apart. All of Stella's dance schedules. Like, we were like, who's getting Stella? Where is Stella? How is Stella? We don't know. Abu is in Florida for a week and the family fell apart. So, yeah. No, I hear you.
Yeah.
Like, it takes a village.
It
And
did.
I think learning to create your village is huge.
I always tell Crystal she was like the hard one, not Coral.
Yeah.
Because Crystal had to be in about a million different places where Coral was just with me.
And Crystal has a new business.
She does.
Related to your pickleball
She does.
obsession.
Am I allowed to like say what it is?
Yes, we do. Shout out to Crystal.
Pickle and Pin, Grand Rapids, Michigan,
Pickle and Pin, which is located.
on Leonard, 622 Leonard. 3 golf sims, 3 pickleball courts. Go see Crystal.
Love it. Which in this kind of weather, we're not in summer, we're not in
Right.
spring, we're just in this. Maybe it's nice today, maybe it's not. It's such a great place to get people out and active and connecting.
Yeah.
I love
And
that.
that's what it's more of a social gathering. It's not so competitive, just a social place. So yeah, it's pretty fun. You have to bring your
Pickle
students.
and Pin.
Pickle and Pin. So
What does the pin stand for? I've been
Golf
wondering
pin.
this. What's a golf pin?
when you stick it in the ground where you hit the flag, the pin that holds the flag up.
Oh, okay. So I am Artsy Spice.
Okay.
And Christy is Sporty
Sporty
Spice. So I never knew what the pin stood for.
Yeah, pin.
And then in my head,
What did you think it was in your head?
it was pickle and pig, which really confused me because I was like, maybe she does roast pork there. I was
They
getting
got a
ready.
great sandwich.
Connie, I was getting ready for our interview and I was like, what's Crystal's business? Pickle and pig. And I'm like, she must have like pork ribs or like smoked stuff while like doing pickleball.
Pickled.
Oh my gosh.
It's a golf pin.
I think it's a moment where my brain does not work like a normal person. Okay, so Connie, if people are interested in learning more about Coral Reef, have family members they would like to join, where do they go? What's
Live
next?
at coralreef.com. They can look.
Live at coralreef.com.
Yep, live at coralreef.com. And we have a website built up. There's a form there you can fill out, and we will keep you on all of our email follow-ups and what's going on, our next steps, when the building will be breaking ground. We'll be setting up a evening for families to come through to see what it's going to look like, see where we're located, see if it's something that interests them. We'll do another evening for donors in the community too, so that the donors will be excited to see what their money will be going towards and the new renovation.
It sounds amazing.
There's really nothing like this around.
Absolutely amazing, and like
Thank you.
every family's dream for what you want
I wish
for
we
your
could
kid.
do this for absolutely everybody.
Yeah.
But we're sticking to 28. We're starting with 28 units. I was advised that anything under 30 is manageable. You get over 30 and it gets to be a little bit hard to manage.
But I think taking the leap to start the concept and get people understanding it better is such a good place to be.
There's a lot of people that have already asked me, so when this one's done, where's the next one's going to be? Oh, good Lord.
Right? It's
Let me
like,
get this one done first.
but you will.
We will. Absolutely.
But you will, and it'll be brilliant. So everyone can go to Live at Coral Reef.
Live at coralreef.com.
How else can people get involved?
There's always ways to get involved in our community. I keep going back to Hope Network because I've been involved with them for years
Yeah.
and years. We have a scholarship program in my husband's name, Michael P. Lettinga. We have a golf outing. I believe it's May 11 this year. You can look that up online also.
May 11,
Bailey.
homework for Christy.
I think it's
my
pretty much-
producer. Please double check.
All the money goes towards scholarships for families that need help for therapies for their children with autism. So in turn, then we're able to help people go and get help because this insurance does not cover the majority of it.
I love this. And do we find out the information through Hope Network?
That would be on Hope Network's
so
website.
through Hope Network, we can find out about the Lettinga
golf outing.
Yep. That's awesome.
Thank you.
Tell me also, I noticed, so when Connie walked in, she noticed our picture here done by Megan Hollingsworth, my artistic producer. We have the Blue Bridge of Grand Rapids here.
We do.
Tell me about the walk, too. You said,
Yeah.
we do an autism walk.
So about 3,000 of our closest friends show up every year to walk the Blue Bridge for autism awareness. And the public museum dims the lights and makes everything sensory free for that evening. And you're free to get into the museum. So families come. We do a brief little speech, walk the Blue Bridge, walk right to the museum. There's music, games, face painting,
Yep.
Disney characters.
All with a mind to people on the autism
Correct.
spectrum. I love the idea of dimming the lights
free.
in the museum. Like, it's not.
And there's no judgment. It's a completely
Yeah.
safe. So everything's been thought through, and there's a lot of different organizations that show up that evening too, and give out information
Yeah.
for help, just to help people.
And how do we find out about the autism walk? When does it
I
occur?
think it's April 14.
Okay.
So just a couple of weeks away because April is Autism Awareness Month. Mm-hmm. And then we walk that Blue Bridge. It's
Oh, that
crazy.
sounds
It's
so
much fun. Mm-hmm. And the kids just love it. Everybody gets a blue shirt to match the Blue Bridge.
Oh, you can't see it in this black and white picture, but it's really blue.
It is blue.
Yeah. So thank you for that.
Well, thank you. Yeah, it's been really fun.
Yeah, it sounds like a great evening. I love the golf outing.
Never had rain.
Really? Mm-mm. April 14th. April showers.
I know. We've always
Oh,
had
you
great
couldn't
weather.
jinx us all because
No,
this is from Wayfair
Oh.
and it's like $100. So it might not be real wood. Thank you, Christy. Producer knocking on real wood. She found it.
So, yeah, and the golf outing too. Knock on some wood again.
Yeah.
We've never had
Golf
a bad
outing
day.
sounds so fun.
Yeah.
If I golfed. However,
It's a
Christy's sporty spice. I'm artsy spice. So I have
Well, I
to
need to
learn
be a
how to
spice.
golf.
What other spice girls were there?
Ginger spice.
Oh, I could do ginger.
You could be posh spice. Because I feel like you showed up today, Connie, and you really had it going on. Like you had a very stylized white shirt. I feel like you're always put together when I see you. You might be posh spice.
All right. Well, thank you. I'm not always put together, but that's nice to hear. If you think I am, that's good.
You know what? Who cares?
Who cares?
Who cares?
That's another thing I had to learn to let go of a little
Put
bit.
together, let it go. Connie, our show is called The Art of Awareness. And I would love to know, kind of like right now, what are you feeling more aware about, or what do you wish more people had an awareness of?
I wish more people were more aware that the housing for people with special needs is really scarce. It's
Yeah.
really hard to find, and it's really hard to find a good fit. I wish that people were aware of that. It's so difficult. Families are just clawing to get into places, and
Yeah.
comfortable places, nice places.
And I think how critical that is to an individual's. We've talked so much about child psychology and child development, but we don't talk a lot about adult development. And no matter your place on the spectrum or your needs, we all need those next steps to develop as adults. So
Yeah, it's not
I
fun for
really
her to
think
stay home with her
that's-
mom all day. She's almost 30 years old. I'm not that much fun.
yeah,
So she needs to go be with her own community.
my 16-year-old loves sitting at home with me.
Does she really?
No, God, no.
I'm going to say, wow.
No. She's out the door, which I don't blame her, as it should be.
As
It's
it should
like
be. You want your kids.
Coral should be off and on with her world.
I mean, that was always, my parents always said, if we raise you to be independent, we did our job.
Yes.
And so that's kind of where I'm hoping to be with both of my girls. So I'm trying really hard. I think I've done it with Crystal for the most part. She still calls me 85 times a day, but I love that. But Coral needs her space too.
Yeah.
And then I can like take a vacation.
Oh my gosh. I want to whisk you away. I'm not sure where we should go. Fiji.
Oh, so
I don't know.
warm and
Capri.
just listen to the waves.
Italy. France.
Yeah.
Where should we go, darlings? No,
I would
but
be
I
fine
would
with
love
Holland,
that.
Michigan.
Honestly, why don't we just go up to Mackinac? I feel
Okay,
like when you go to
perfect.
Mackinac,
Traverse
you
City.
feel like you're in a different
Yeah.
world.
That would work for me.
Connie, thank you so much for coming in today.
Thanks for having me.
I know I feel like we covered a ton of ground.
We did.
There was seriousness, and then there was also that jet ski modeling career, which I'm going to hold in my heart with deep jealousy as a girl from the 80s. It's pretty awesome.
Thank you.
I'm looking forward to seeing Coral Reef. I'm looking forward to joining the walk, the Autism Walk.
Super.
I know Christy's going to be at the golfing outing for Hope Network because she loves to golf, and she's trying to get me to golf.
Well, we'll get you out there.
I'm a little golf resistant, but I could be golf curious.
Are you good at driving the cart?
I think I could.
Okay, good.
I'm fine to drive a car. It's just when it involves a ball and a club, it all goes wrong. So, but
And the
I
pin.
could be golf curious.
It'll be
I
fun.
think I'm on my way.
We'll get you out there.
So thank you for being here. And with that, I am going to do what we do on podcasts, which is read us out. So I want to thank everyone so much for listening tonight or today, whenever you're listening. Our producer is Christy Hollingsworth, who has my to-do list and is my golf coach. My artistic director is Megan Hollingsworth, and I am Lori Duthie, the host of The Art of Awareness. We are a nonprofit based here in West Michigan. You can follow us on YouTube, Apple, Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts. And you can also look us up at theartofawareness.org. And we hold quarterly events, which you are more than welcome to join. Please send us your ideas for guests, suggestions, thoughts on what we're doing. Thank you so much. And until next time, stay aware and keep connected.